Hello French horn players. So today we're going to work on the basics, get our first 3 notes down, talk about what we can do to improve our playing just with the mouthpiece and actually with no mouthpiece at all as well. So with all brass instruments, this is just a tool for this. 90% of what comes out of your instrument is decided by your lips. These things are really just additions to your body. So, to buzz on an instrument, if you have your French horn and you just hold it up and blow into it, nothing happens. If you have bad buzz, inconsistent things happen. So we need to talk about what it's going to take to make these work for the instrument, not against it. So, you're going to take your French horn, set it down safely, sit with your mouthpiece, sit up straight, tighten the corners of your mouth, push your lips together, make a face like you ate something sour, and push air right in between your front lips. It'll buzz like this. Right? The corners of your lips are trying to keep that airstream tight in the middle of it. If you don't tighten your lips in the corners, it looks like this. And that just kind of forces a smile as you push air out. And it doesn't work that way. So tighten the corners, keep them straight, air through the middle of your mouth, sit up straight, and push. My air comes slightly down at an angle. Try to do that. If you are struggling to get the buzz, loosen your lips a little bit if no air is coming out. Keep your cheeks nice and in as well. Or if you're just pushing air out and there's no buzz at all, start with loose lips. Like a horse. And then tighten them as you go. Do that a few times. It's like doing a bicep curl with a weight, where it's loose. Right? Do that a few times. Loose lips to tight lips to loose lips. Right? Once you're getting used to that, start your buzz and maintain it as you move your mouthpiece to your mouth. It'll look like this. When you have your mouthpiece connected to your mouth, the only air that should be coming out of your mouth should be directed through your mouthpiece. So if you're holding it up and you still have air coming out of your corners, tighten them corners up. There should be no air leak other than into the mouthpiece. Your middle leak should be right in the middle of that mouthpiece. So try it without the mouthpiece and move it in. Alright? Now as we're getting that, spend some time with that. Spend at least the first 5 minutes of practice just doing that. And as you spend more time with that, you'll be able to play your entire scale just on your mouthpiece. That low note's hard for me to hit. So throw it on in your instrument. And when we talk about our valves here, you're going to have 3 probably. Some of you might have a thumb valve, but we're not going to talk about that one. We're only going to use the first 3. So when you hold your instrument, your right hand is inside the bell, kind of cupped. Your thumb is a brace. Your thumb actually carries a lot of the weight here. Your left hand, there's a hook for your pinky. 3, 2, 1 fingers. And then your right thumb kind of just sits inside the instrument. So when you are playing the instrument, sitting upright, you're holding it up. Should not be resting on your leg. You might see me do this. I'm practicing bad behavior if I do this. You're going to sit up straight, hold it up, press down your first valve, and for our first note, we are going to work with F. right here. See how it says 1? That means first valve down. The valves are labeled right up here at the top left. So our first note is F. It sounds like so with your hand in the bell, you are curved in a little bit so the sound isn't muted. You're not stopping the sound completely. You're not covering it like that. It's just in there to kind of channel the sound. Because if I move it, my hand is doing all of that. So just a little bit in there. If you're a little bit sharp, cup your hand a little bit further in. If you're a little bit flat, cup your hand a little bit out. This will take some getting used to. It's one of the hardest things about French horn. So try to match pitch with me. First finger down on the first valve closest to you. Right? Let's just check. I might be drastically out of tune. I want to make sure that I am not. So I'm going to open not that app, but my tuner, my Kingdom for a Tuner, 4-score. There we are. I'm just using this for my tuner right now. I'm going to set it, because we are an F instrument. So I am quite sharp. So I'm going to move my slides out. This is because I maintenance my instrument, so make sure that you are in tune as well. There we are. So, now that we are in tune, this is your first note. If you're hitting a little high or a little low, it's because your lips aren't quite in the middle. If you're a little low, tighten your lips as you play. And they'll feel them crack up into the next note. If you're a little high, loosen your lips while you play. I'm not moving any of my fingers there, I'm just moving my lips. So that is an F. The next note we're going to go with is the note above it, and that is a G. Right here in your book. It says 0, so that is open. No fingers on any valves. Sounds like this. Right? Try to match that pitch. No fingers. There it is. So work on that. Make sure you have your first two notes. That's F and G. And then our third and final note for today. I'm going through these quickly because you can pause me and go back and work on whatever note you need to. The final note today is A. A is both the first and the second valves together. So 1 and 2 down. It's going to sound one note higher, and it sounds like this. There it is. So we have those 3 notes. So work on sustaining them. You're going to pull up a metronome. You can Google the word metronome. You can pull a metronome up on your phone. You all know how to find a metronome at this point. So you're going to hold each one for 4 beats just to get used to it. So it's going to be 4 beats of F, then rest for 4 beats. Then 5 beats of F, then rest for 4 beats. Then 6 beats of F, then rest for 4. 7 beats of F, rest for 4. And finally 8 beats of F. Just F. It's going to look like this. 1, 2, ready. Rest. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. There it is. So you worked from 4 beats to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8. That's a long tone. What I would like you to do throughout this week is practice with that. Make sure your note stays consistent, the tone is good, the volume is controlled, and you're not cracking up and down between notes like this. Right? Focus on maintaining even air, tight lips, good tone. What I would like you to submit to me at the end of this week is 4 beats of F, rest for 4 beats, 4 beats of G, rest for 4 beats, 4 beats of A. And that's it. Your first 3 notes. It'll sound like this. 1, 2, ready. So I would like that to be your homework this week. Really focus on drilling those first 3 notes. This is one of the hardest instruments in the band to be able to play consistently. Hitting the notes, you'll get. Maintaining the notes is much harder. So focus on long tones, nothing shorter than a whole note, 4 beats. So practicing your add a beat on each time, where you take 1 note and you do 4 beats off, 5 beats, 4 beats off, 6 beats, 4 beats off, all the way up until 8 beats, and your 4 beat scale. So F for 4 beats, rest. G for 4 beats, rest. A for 4 beats, rest. That's what I expect to see from you. It's going to be a 20-second video at most. I'd like to see that submitted next week on the due date. Have any questions? Let me know. I will be able to help you out. Good luck.